All right, let's do. Actually, you know what, Griscom, you want to do your thing first? All right. Now he's the chief economist, unless Richard Wolff is in studio. David Griscom with the Griscom Economic Long Time.
Well, talking about efficiency, I wanted to talk about a very efficient company that's been getting into a little bit of trouble recently. I'm talking about the Pacific Gas and Electric Company, which you might not be familiar if you don't live in California, but it is the largest utility company in the United States, serving large parts of Northern California, 16 million customers with over 70,000 square miles. Now, they just announced that they are going to be, at the end of the month, declaring bankruptcy because of they're suspected that they're going to be facing up to $30 billion in liabilities for the Camp Fire that devastated California. So I just want to talk a little bit about this company and the public.
They fucking did that?
Well, so there's an investigation now, and it hasn't come out yet. But basically, they think that they're going to face liabilities. They already were found in 2017. There were also massive wildfires in California, and 17 out of 21 of those fires were found to have involvement from PG&E. Now, I just wanted to talk about this company a little bit because it's pretty incredible, right? And it's also one of these things where we talk about where the profit motive actually causes death and destruction across the country. So the company is overseen by the government, but it is run as a private company. So that means they have very well-paid CEOs, they have stockholders, and they're looking to pursue a profit. Now, of course, as we know from our good friends on the right wing,
third way dream.
Well, that
right
means
there.
that means that the company is very efficient and great. So the people of California enjoy great things like the company in 2018 spending nearly $9 million in lobbying the government. California Public Utilities Commission permits PG&E to charge rates. The rates that people who get their electricity and gas through PG&E are 30% higher than the national average. Meanwhile, over the past decade, PG&E shareholders enjoyed 11.35% yearly return on equity over the past decade. So people are getting paid and making money. Remember, they also enjoy a captive consumer market of 16 million customers in northern and central California. Now, if PG&E were publicly owned, there would be no need to cut profits off the top and to search for workarounds of regulation and to pursue lobbying. Now, let's talk a little bit about what I mean by that. So we see these fires that happened in Northern California. These are caused by failing gas lines, old, decrepit gas lines. And because the company can only raise rates after they get permission from the government, they've been asking to raise the rates nearly every year to pay to fix these pipes. So in 2010, there was a deadly explosion in San Bruno. It killed 8 people, injured very severely 50 others, and destroyed over 100 homes. Now, this is just a warning shot for what we're about to talk about happen later. But before the explosion, the complaints have been made because of smelling of gas and that this is an old decrepit pipeline and needs to go. PG&E knew this. As far back as 2007, internal documents showed that the company knew that they needed to replace the line nearby. They even got approval for a rate increase, specifically citing the need to replace the line in San Bruno. Well, what did they do with that money? They paid their shareholders and they increased the bonuses for the CEO of the corporation.
Innovation, motherfucker.
Putting off the very necessarily needed repairs. Now, since then, the lower cost of maintenance has led to higher profits, and people have enjoyed very, very nice dividends over the past year, people who are invested in the company. Now, the Camp Fire, which devastated California. Let's remember even in Brooklyn, we had a hazy evening one day where the smoke from the fire came all the way across the continental United States and covered Brooklyn in a smoky haze.
It's fucking wild.
15 minutes before the first fire was reported, PG&E reported that there had been an electrical incident and that they had lost contact with one of these lines. So this company very likely is going to be found, to have very serious negligence, in these fires. And this is the kind of efficiency that you get from a company like PG&E, who in 2016, through their own findings, revealed that the cost of natural gas had gone down 36%, but raised rates for the customers to pay for these repairs, which were never done. And the money that they raised, over $2.7 billion between 2014 and 2016 due to the rate increases, that could have paid for an entire new system in all of the areas where their pipelines erupted or were involved in the fires in California, could have paid for them, over and over.
Yeah, but if you don't put out money, then you can't attract the best talent, and then and then bad things happen. If you don't have the best people in charge, then the company makes foolish errors, and people get hurt.
But I just want to say this real quick, because right now we're looking at a company that services a lot of people, and they're going to be asking, they already are asking for a potential bailout from the people of California.
Of course they are.
What the people of California need to say very clearly is that we're done with this market efficiency, that we're done with this kind of oversight, and that this system needs to be taken back into the hands of the people, because the people can't afford the rate increases, and they most certainly cannot deal with the fires and the devastation caused by the free market for-profit system. That is something that belongs for the people, and they should seize it.
I love that. Look at Griscom with his fucking
I'm pissed,
Ho Chi
man.
Minh
It's
LBJ.
fucking-
No,
I mean,
you
it's
should be
disgusting.
pissed. You should. All right, you know what?
When I was seeing
before I do a bit, you go off more, King. Because
No, I'm just saying,
that's just what I was saying. We need more authentic
When I was
energy.
researching this a little bit, I was losing my mind, because I saw that they were potentially asking for a bailout, and you saw how negligent they were. And then when they started going through their documents and getting more into their, what they knew that all this stuff was going on, and they were avoiding it because they wanted to pay their shareholders more, because they wanted to have, they're talking about pay packages around $9 million for their top executives.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right? This money could all be going to take care of the people, and natural gas has been going down, the cost of natural gas has been going down across the country for a long time now, and they continue to raise rates to fix these lines, and they don't even fucking do it, and people die, and then we're supposed to pick up the pieces for them. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's
Competition
structural.
would start kicking in.
Well, how do you answer that?
I mean,
Fucking august thinker Dave Rubin.
competition starts kicking in until people start dying in fires.
Right.
What are you talking? What are you complaining about? Just say thank you, please.
I've seen it, but that was very, very, very Texas Ho Chi Minh right there. She's like, I'll tell you our counteroffer. We take back the whole goddamn company for the people, sir. You roll up your sleeves.
Is that a Hank Hill?
Yeah. That's
Propane.
Propane's for the people. You didn't invent propane. You didn't invent that. It's a goddamn natural resource. Did Seth MacFarlane do that show too? Oh no, that was Mike Judge. Mike Judge. I never watched. I think Seth MacFarlane. I like the Ted movies, but I never watched Family Guy.
Really?
Oh, I love the Ted.
That's a funny thing to see. I feel
Ted
like Family
movies are
Guy's
fucking
huge. The Ted movies, those are the
fucking hilarious.
It was weird. Like
No, the Ted movies were funny.
I haven't seen the Ted movies either, but
Ted
they
movies
seem to
are
be
great.
really huge for like a couple months. Like the biggest thing in the world.
Were they?
Yeah, no, they.
I
each had their
saw that.
moment.
I was like, I can't handle that. I think the funnier thing that
What?
Seth MacFarlane is doing is that he's now. Have you seen this new sitcom that he's doing where it's
No.
it's
Orville
it's
or something
Star
like that?
Trek?
Yeah.
But he gets to be the captain.
The commercials are kind of funny. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's
No,
like,
I
this
don't-
guy's
I'm
like a
not mad
super
at
nerd.
Seth
No, it's great.
MacFarlane.
And he's like, he's leveraged his position and his fame into like living out his childhood dream. of
That's
being
what I
like-
like
doing the
about
Glenn Beck
He's
special.
managed to do that. That's why Ted is so funny. Is it's sort of like that, but it's a mashup. I don't know. And there's like this one part where the teddy bear is getting kidnapped by this like crazy stalker guy, and he's just like, Ted, and they're like, it's like the whole thing. It's so hilariously overdone. Like it's like literally like at Fenway, and he's trying to like climb over, and the guy's like pulling his leg, and he's a stuffed animal, so it's really dangerous, right? And the guy's like, Teddy, I need you to be with me because we're meant to be together or something. And the teddy bear looks down, and he's just like, we're very far apart on this. It's so fucking stupid. I love it.
Like if that Orville show is basically just a vanity project that helps him realize some desires he had as a kid, maybe we can save this for the post game, but what would your TV show be if you reached the type of success where you could get a show greenlit and you could be the star?
It's an amazing idea. Post-game game. All right, perfect. You just enjoyed that Michael Brooks Show video, and you can get a lot more by subscribing to us here at the Michael Brooks Show YouTube channel. It's literally right there.